Hey, in this video I'm going to show you what I sold on eBay in the month of October. Some people feel that eBay is really only good for selling collectibles, maybe a few antiques, but nothing really good, and of course nothing remotely what it used to be worth. And I don't know. I want to dispel that myth a little bit, show you exactly what I've sold. While a fair bit of it is collectibles, it's definitely some folk art and some antiques mixed in. Let's dive right in.
I set up at my first show when I was 14, selling baseball cards. I've owned an antique mall, sold online, set up at the cheapest flea markets, and some of the more expensive indoor walled antique shows. My name is Matt Gregg, and this is the life of a modern antiques dealer.
So, most of my listings are buy it now. I do very little in the way of auctions anymore. I used to be an auction seller. Of course, we all used to be auction sellers on eBay, as that was the only option for many years. I started selling on eBay pretty much in earnest in college. Probably like 2001 or so was when I really took off on selling on eBay. I sold a few things prior to that. At the time, it was all collectibles, all baseball cards, sports memorabilia. A little bit in the way of maybe comics or action figures, but yeah, mostly just sports cards and sports collectibles. So it looks like for the month of October I sold 20 objects for a total of $22.87. So not bad, not my best month recently, but certainly not my worst. eBay for me took a bit of a dive. I got and over the summer I was gone for a week, and I marked myself, I thought, as being on vacation, but I don't know. Apparently I didn't ship anything late, but I uploaded tracking late on 3 objects, and I got demoted from like their, top of the line seller to just an average seller. And I definitely saw a hit with my sales after that, and it demoted me for 3 months. And I think now in the middle of December, I'm back to whatever the good seller, the above standard selling status. But prior to that, I was down. So I took a little bit of a dive. October was one of those months where I took a little bit of a dive. It seemed like up through June, maybe July, I was selling 25 to 30 objects a month. So 20 is slightly below that average, obviously, but still a good month, and some cool objects. Let's dive in and see what they are. So probably the cheaper things for me that I sold for the month fell into the sort of collectibles category, like these Lone Ranger comics. Not a very high dollar sale, of course, but they were part of a larger lot I bought. They were all profit at this point, so that's good. Typically, when I sell this kind of stuff, when I sell anything on eBay, I really want to make at least $20, but some of the stuff I don't have any money left in, and if I can, something like this, I can probably list and ship in less than half an hour total amount of work for it. So if I can do 3 of these an hour, then it works out okay. This Jesse Owens card, though, man, this thing was cool. This is a card I owned. I bought a while back, but I had it graded fairly recently, and I wanted to sort of take advantage of the sports card market. I missed the boat a little bit on it, probably a little late on it, but it's a clean card, a nice grade, and it sold well. This Migo Batgirl, this was cool. I picked this out of an antique mall. Decent profit on it, definitely worth my time. That was a good sale. Political button. This was another thing that sort of like laying around, already paid off a long time ago from a big group purchase. And eBay is by far the best option for selling something like this. Hank Aaron baseball glove. This sold like hours within listing, so maybe I had that a little late. I don't know. It was something I bought as a kid, so it felt like it was mostly or all profit. I probably paid $5 or less for that glove. These tobacco cards, again, another cheap sale, but part of a larger lot that I've since already doubled or tripled my money overall in the load, so they had to go. And better on eBay than as a box lot at an auction house, probably. This Virginia Tech program, this did well for me. This is probably mostly profit as well. I think I priced this, I thought, fairly reasonable for the age. It took a while to sell. That was on eBay for months before that sold. Thor Comics. These I pulled out of an old box that was what I would call a dollar box from my comic book dealing days, and that'd be all the comics you would take to a show that would be $1 each in these boxes. And I used to have, 15 or 20 long boxes of comics like that. Anyway, I pulled these before I ran a box of that through Crumpton, so that felt like all profit in a way. Superboy comics. This is from back in my comic book dealing days. I had these laying around. Finally sold those on eBay. Then I have these sort of odd objects that I would probably characterize as collectibles, but Not definitely not folk art or antiques, but some kind of cool objects. This Ford clock. Bought this at an auction a couple years ago. It was one of those things that I sort of sat around like, when I figure this out, I'll list this on eBay. And the pandemic happened and everything went online for me, and so I have more and more time. I'm still digging through that pile of stuff I have that's been sitting around for years until I can figure it out. But so this sold. I think this was a pretty good profit. I didn't pay a whole lot for this. Bullet mold ladle. This was something else that I had in the antique mall, and I pulled it out because I thought it would sell online. So that was a decent sale. Judas Priest t-shirt. This was actually mine. I just never wore it. It was a gift at one point. I don't really wear black t-shirts. So, hey, vintage t-shirts are in. This is like a mid-2000s remake of an early 1980s t-shirt, but still pretty popular. I priced it cheaper than the last one sold on eBay, and it sold fairly quickly. All right, let's dive into the meat of my business, folk art and antiques. This Chinese checkerboard. This was my high seller for the month on eBay. I love it. Great game board. I actually bought this in New Hampshire during Antiques Week. 1873 Backgammon Checkerboard. I bought this set up at the Fisherville Antique Show. Good sale on eBay. These 3 checkerboards. Yeah, I like these. These were kind of neat. They were signed and not dated, but signed and marked where they were from. I bought this actually in New York State on the way to New Hampshire, so part of New Hampshire Antiques Week sale as well. Soda signs. This is from a big load that I bought years ago out of a garage in D.C. These were actually found in a whole bunch of stuff found in a basement of a liquor store that had previously been some sort of like convenience store in the 50s and 60s, general little store. So that was kind of a cool sale. Bitters box. This is also something that's been sitting on my shelf for years. Cool box. Early. You don't see a whole lot of crates for bitters. Bitters bottles are very collectible. This is slightly later than like the 1870s bitters bottles that are super popular, but it had actually been cut down and remade into a smaller box, but still kind of cool. Again, something I bought and had sitting around and could never figure out what to do with it. Well, now I got nothing but time, so on eBay it goes. Sewer tile lions. This is cool. I bought these in New Hampshire, actually, in Antiques Week in New Hampshire, at the big show, so to speak. So that's cool. That's a good sale. I love those things. Those were neat.
Okay, this marble game. This was a pretty cool piece of folk art. Someone had put a hanger on the back so you could hang it up on the wall as art. I think it looked pretty cool.
My final sale. Well, these weren't in chronological order. These were not in chronological order. Be helpful if I could talk. But this wood mask, this was cool, folky Mexican thing, but really neat. I like the way it looked. Anyway, I bought this at Brimfield. I've had a bunch of these over the years. This is my most recent one. It sold fairly quickly after putting it on eBay. Since I bought it at some point in September, I don't think I listed it until early October. So it sold fairly quickly. So maybe I priced that too low too, but hey, it's gone. Any sale's a good sale, I guess. Anyway, so that is it. That's what I sold for the month of October. Not a bad month. eBay is not my main option for selling. I do the bulk of my selling online, of course, primarily social media, Instagram, Facebook, a few Facebook groups, but primarily Instagram and sort of direct sales. If I know so-and-so collects this and I buy this and I send them a photo. So those are my main options for selling stuff. And then eBay is probably right below that. And then, I don't know, Etsy's below that. So overall, not a bad month. Not a great month, but definitely not a bad month. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. A little glimpse into how I did on eBay for the month of October. I'll probably do these moving forward, so we'll see. If you liked the video, please let me know in the comments below. Hit like or subscribe if you want to follow my antiques journey. Thanks.